Okay, let's talk about it. That feeling. The one almost all of us get, but we never really put a name to it. That sudden, soul-crushing mood dip that hits you right in the middle of the afternoon. We're going to break down exactly why it happens and, more importantly, what you can do about it.
And it's more than just being tired, isn't it? It's this very specific feeling, this kind of sadness or loneliness that just washes over you, seemingly out of nowhere, right when you're trying to muscle through the last part of your day.
I'm guessing that sounds very familiar. If you've ever found yourself just staring at your computer screen around 3 o'clock, feeling totally flat, completely unmotivated, and just down, then you're in the right place.
All right, so let's give this thing a name, because it's not just some random feeling. We're calling it the 3 p.m. problem. And it turns out it has very real, very specific causes.
And this is probably the most important thing to get straight right from the get-go. If this happens to you, you are not lazy. It's not a character flaw. This isn't about a lack of willpower. It's a totally predictable event happening inside your body and your brain. So what's the first major culprit? Well, it all starts with something you can't even see, your body's own internal clock. Let's get into it.
You know, we've all heard of the circadian rhythm, but we usually think of it as just two modes, awake and asleep. The reality is, it's way more of a wave, with peaks and valleys of alertness all throughout the day.
So check this out. It turns out we're basically hardwired for what scientists call biphasic sleep, which is just a fancy way of saying we're built for a midday rest. About 7 and 9 hours after you get up, your core body temp actually takes a little dip. That dip is a signal to your brain to release melatonin. Yep, the sleep hormone. Now, when we fight that natural urge to rest and just try to push through, our brain can actually mistake that physical slump for emotional sadness. Wild, right?
Okay, moving on to culprit number 2, what you ate for lunch. Because what you put on your plate a few hours ago can either set you up for success or for a total nosedive. This lays it all out perfectly. Look at that column on the left. You have a lunch that's heavy on carbs and sugar. Think a big sandwich and a soda. You get that initial rush, that spike, but then comes the inevitable crash. And how does that feel? Irritable, foggy, and prone to negative thoughts. Now, look at the right. A lunch that's high in protein keeps your blood sugar nice and stable. The result? You feel sustained energy and a much more even mood. That choice you make at noon has a direct line to how you feel at 3 p.m.
But hey, it's not all just physical. There's a huge psychological piece to this puzzle too. And the simple fact is, by the time mid-afternoon rolls around, your brain is just plain tired.
I mean, really think about it. From the second your alarm went off, you've been making choices. What to wear, which email to open first, what to say in that meeting, whether to get a coffee. It all adds up to literally thousands of decisions.
And all those choices lead to this very real thing called decision fatigue. The best way to think about it is that your willpower is like a battery. It starts the day fully charged, but every single decision you make, big or small, drains a little bit of that power.
I love this analogy because it's so true. The part of your brain that handles emotional control, the prefrontal cortex, is like a muscle. By 3 in the afternoon, it's done a ton of heavy lifting. And just like any tired muscle, it gets weaker. That means regulating your mood and batting away negative thoughts becomes so much harder.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem from all sides. Now for the good part, the what to do about it part. Let's pivot from the problem to the solution. This is your simple, actionable 3-step rescue plan. And that's it. It's not complicated. Just 3 simple things you can do around 2:45 p.m. to stop that slump dead in its tracks. Let's walk through each one.
First up, change your light. This one is a direct counterattack on that circadian dip we talked about earlier. Just stepping outside into natural sunlight for 5 minutes slams the brakes on your brain's melatonin production. It's like hitting a reset button for your internal clock, telling it, hey, we're still in alertness mode.
Second, take a movement snack. Now, I'm not telling you to go run a marathon. We're talking 3 minutes. A quick walk around the office, a few simple stretches at your desk. That's all it takes to get your blood pumping, delivering fresh oxygen and fuel to that tired brain of yours. It's like a power wash for that mental fog.
And finally, number 3, refuel, but do it the right way. This is all about getting off that blood sugar roller coaster. So when you feel that craving for a cookie or a candy bar, make a swap. Grab a handful of nuts, some Greek yogurt, something with protein. It'll give you that steady, stable energy to cruise through the rest of the day, no crash required.
So there you have it. That afternoon ache isn't just in your head.
It's a very real biological and psychological event. But the amazing thing is, once you understand what's going on, you're not a victim to it anymore. You have the tools to reclaim your afternoon and finish your day feeling strong. So now you've got the science and you've got a strategy. But I'm curious, what do you do? What's your secret weapon for fighting off that 3 p.m. sadness? Because just thinking about what already works for you